timing underwater, speed underwater. That is what half-hour assignments are about. Harris, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Then bloody well look at me.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, one man completed the exercise precisely on time. Me. Today, you will all complete the exercise precisely on time. You'll arrive at your first marker in exactly 4.5 minutes from now. The second marker 30 seconds later. 3, 2, 1, go! That's better. Next time we'll make it more difficult.
Will he be gone long, sir?
A day, well, maybe 2. Remember, you are in charge, Harris.
Yes, sir.
And don't forget to feed my cats.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Angus. Madam, this is a non-smoker, which is the reason that I, and undoubtedly this gentleman here, selected this carriage.
This gentleman happens to be my husband, and he does not object to me smoking. Have you a first-class ticket?
You're unusually dressed for a ticket collector. Aren't you going to clip it?
You will find a smoker.
A wise decision.
Can't change a £20 note, Gun.
Then we'll toss for it. Call.
Heads.
Heads it is. You're a lucky man. Good evening. Bless your heart. What's it to be this time? More broken pipelines?
Nothing so simple. Oil production platforms. Have you any idea how much they cost?
Well, millions, I suppose.
Hundreds of millions, and there are too many of them in the North Sea. We insure most of them, and the Navy and the Air Force aren't big enough to keep their eyes on them.
So, what do you want me to do about it?
Work out what can be done if one of them is hijacked.
Don't the armed forces have some ideas on that subject?
Undoubtedly, but an oil production platform isn't a building or an aeroplane. It's miles out to sea, and you can't approach it without being seen or heard unless you come from below.
Only a man of superior intellect is likely to think of a satisfactory way of hijacking a platform or a rig.
Exactly.
Well, therefore, I must put myself in his position and devise a means of doing so. And having done that, I simply work out how to overpower myself.
You think you can?
Have I ever let you down?
No.
I should think not. Your apology is accepted. Now then, nothing is likely to happen, if at all, until spring. The weather's too bad. That gives me 5 months. Should be ample time.
As you know, we are dropping off some spare parts at the drilling rig before we go on to the production platform.
Oh, this is hospitality, Captain. It's just what we needed.
Tell Mr. Magnuson we will be casting off in 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, if I could introduce our guests. This is Mr. Lou Bremer, shipping correspondent of the New York Daily News.
Where do you see that? No, that's Kramer, not Bremer.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Kramer. Typing error. It's not like the New York office to make a mistake like that. Harold Schulman.
Boston Globe.
Robert F. Ackerman, Dallas Herald.
Howdy.
Art Webb, Washington Post. There's Mr. A.G. Tanaka and Mr. Suguro Yakamoto of the Tokyo Trade Press.
No.
I'm afraid I don't know which of you gentlemen is which.
Yamamoto, Tanaka.
Welcome aboard, gentlemen. Enjoy your stay. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must return to the bridge.
Hold it, skipper! What is it?
And some spare parts for Jennifer.
All right, get it unloaded and hurry.
Stand by engines, Mr. Salamo.
And my engines. Start engines.
Cast off fore and aft. Welcome to the wheelhouse, gentlemen. Don't worry that no one is at the wheel. First Officer Magnuson here will show you how everything works, including the automatic steering.
We know all about it, Captain.
What the hell is going on here?
We're taking command of this ship, Captain. Nobody's going to get hurt if they do exactly what they're told. Now get over there, you two.
He's dead.
Well, that was his decision. Get down to the engine room.
Piece of cake.
You're wanted in the wheelhouse. What? Now move!
Get up.
Throw him over the side.
You will do nothing of the kind. He is entitled to a decent Christian burial.
You want to go with him?
What do you think they're going to do with us, sir?
There's this hostage, I suppose. How much food do we have on board, Sana?
Enough for 2 weeks at least.
You think we'll be held for that long?
Some hijackings have gone on for a month.
You can't sit here doing nothing.
We do exactly as Captain Olafson orders to do and nothing more, understand? Check your engines.
You had better come too, Olson.
I'll be at the end of the corridor. If anybody sticks their head out, I'll blow it off.
Why don't you tell the skipper what you've been doing for the last couple of hours, Harold?
Well, I've been connecting the switch we have here to a bomb we have in the hold. So that anytime I want to, I can just blow this ship to kingdom come.
Of course, we'll all go up with it, but that's one of the hazards, isn't it?
No risk, no gain.
This man is an expert with explosives, Captain. He's worked with demolition teams all over the world. So why don't you remind what's left of your crew that unless they're contemplating a premature visit to the great unknown, the spare parts to Ruth will be delivered in the usual way. No problems. No trouble.
All right, remember now, you have 30 seconds after you prime the mines before they become live. Touch them after that and you're fish food. Well, it went off nicely. We are now in a happy position, not only being able to blow ourselves out of the water, but Ruth as well.
Don't rub it in, Harold. The captain's got enough on his mind. How long before we reach the production platform?
2 hours.
That's an incredible piece of work, Lou.
Well, she's the biggest ever built, and the most expensive. $2,000 million and 615 personnel producing 300,000 barrels of oil a day. That's a lot of hair cream, isn't it, Skipper?
What do you want us to do?
Anchor in the usual place and unload in the usual way. Haven't you been listening to me? Are Reggie and Sabur already? You want to give your crew another warning, Captain?
I have already given my orders.
Yeah, well, just to make me happy.
I am not in the business of making terrorists happy.
We're not terrorists, Captain. Terrorists are confused. I don't follow politics of any kind, and I have no philosophies, but I do know what I want. How much longer, Captain?
We are almost finished.
That's good. Because we're just about to begin.
Esther calling Jennifer.
Yes, Olafson.
I'm only going to go over this once, Mr. King, so we just double-check that your tape recorder is functioning properly, please.
Who is this?
Well, my name is Lou Kramer, but don't bother having it run through the computers because I lifted it out of the Manhattan phone book and you guys are going to have plenty to do without wasting your time on non-essential activities.
May I speak to Captain Olafson, please?
I am the temporary captain of this tub and you're going to be taking your orders from me for the time being. And the quicker you get it straight, the shorter that time is going to be. So let's just play patty cake together and get this over with. Remember, luck favors the man with the most limpet minds, and I've got a bundle of them. 2 stuck to the underside of the drilling rig Ruth, and 4 planted right under your ass on Jennifer. Do I still have your attention, King?
Just, what is it you want?
We want the British government, which is listed as the primary stockholder in both Ruth and Jennifer, to pay us a ransom of 25 million pounds in 5 different currencies. Pound sterling, US dollars, Japanese yen, Swiss francs, and German marks. The money market is so unstable these days. Have you got that?
Yes, I've got it. Is there anything else?
They have 24 hours until 9 o'clock tomorrow night to produce the cash. If they don't deliver it on time, we will blow up Ruth. Then they get another 4 hours to think again. If we still don't have the money, down goes Jennifer, all $2,000 million of her.
All right, Kramer. I'll pass on your request to the authorities.
Well, you can pass it on to anyone you like, but remember, if anyone takes any action against us, everything goes up immediately. Ruth, Jennifer, and every damn person on board them. Are you still there, King?
Yes, I'm still here.
Well, get to work. When you've got some news, give us a call. We're not going out this evening.
I read your resume on the way over. What sort of security do we have that this kind of thing can happen?
Keeping the North Sea secure is like trying to keep a cornfield free of vermin, Prime Minister.
You obviously have plans for dealing with a situation like this.
We have Royal Marine Commandos and SAS units to deal with most kinds of hijacking. But there's not much we can do when there's a maniac on a ship at sea waiting to push a button the moment he sniffs danger. We can't even get in close without him either seeing or hearing us.
That production platform is the biggest ever built. It produces 300,000 barrels of oil a day. Renewing it at today's prices would be in the region of 15,000 million pounds.
My God, that's a quarter of the defense budget.
And that does not include the loss in oil revenue, the cost of the drilling rig and supply ship, nor the damage by pollution to the coastlines and the fishing industry. From the purely financial point of view, I'm afraid it would be better to accept their terms.
Out of the question.
It's not only the maritime economy that will suffer, it would also prove a disaster to Lloyd's.
They're covering the insurance.
Every penny.
You seem to have something on your mind, Dennis.
Well, while the government could not be seen to be paying off terrorists, perhaps we could turn a blind eye if Lloyd's did.
Prime Minister's office.
Apart from the financial point of view, there are 697 people involved, mostly British and American.
That had crossed my mind.
We could evacuate the 71 men from Ruth. It's too far away for Esther to see anything.
Who is Ruth?
It's a drilling rig. It's serviced by Jennifer. Jennifer is the production platform that Sir Edward was talking about.
Do that.
What?
Evacuate Ruth.
Yes, Prime Minister.
Yes, I see.
Yes?
A Norwegian fishing boat has just picked up the dead body of the first officer of the supply ship Esther. He'd been shot.
I want a news blackout on all of this. Put out a D notice. I'll talk to the editors later and explain what's happened.
Yes, Prime Minister.
It's an attractive idea to let Lloyd's do our work for us. I do not propose to allow a group of murderers to hold the British nation to ransom.
Even so, Prime Minister, there's no reason not to ask Lloyd's to give us all the help they can. I believe they have their own negotiating team and other means of help.
Well, talk to them. Pick their brains. Meanwhile, I want to know what the service chiefs are doing, and the Commissioner of Police. And I want to know if any of those wells can be sealed. Good night.
Hey, you look as good in the morning as you do at night. We should have breakfast together sometime.
What do you want?
Shut up. I wasn't talking to you. They want breakfast up on the bridge.
When it's ready.
Now.
When it's ready.
We're gonna get along fine. You gonna die on us?
Probably.
Sana, what sort of poisons do we have in the hospital?
Morphia, colchicine. But only the captain has the key to that cupboard.
Will he let you have it?
I don't think he would agree to it.
With you?
When I can see him, I'll ask him.
Stand by, Rainbow. 4, 3, 2, go! Harris, man standing forward, you see him?
Yes, sir. Right through to the bow.
Dawson, aft.
Yes, sir.
Ellis.
More view clear to the bow, sir.
4, 3, 2, go! Harris, man standing on ladder from forecastle, you see him?
Oh, it seems, sir.
Go!
He's an odd fellow, Admiral. And he believes in preparation. And by the time I arrived, he'd had that mock-up built from photographs someone at Lloyd's supplied. And they'd already started working on their plan.
Well, you've got to admire his professionalism, even if he isn't a regular.
Yes, sir. And deducing it would be a supply ship in the first place. Well, he's either a genius or incredibly lucky.
I hope that he's both.
4, 3, 2, go!
All right, gentlemen, we will take a break. Back in 40 minutes.
This is Mr. Folkes, Admiral. Rufus, Admiral of the Fleet, Sir Francis Brinston.
Admiral?
Harry tells me that you hope to get your men to the wheelhouse unobserved.
I don't hope anything. If I say I will get my men to the wheelhouse unobserved, I will do so.
I was telling the Admiral your men are so well drilled they'll be able to find their way around Esther with their eyes shut.
If any one of my men moves around anything with his eyes shut, I shall personally gouge them out. It's time for a drink.
Bit early, isn't it?
It's 4 hours since breakfast. That's late. We'll use your car. Well, apart from a couple of stun grenades, we shall only use knives and a special harpoon gun on this outing. Harris, show the Admiral. Except for a slight squelch when entering the flesh, they do not make any noise. Unless they hit bone. But that won't happen. My men know their way around a man's anatomy. This is Mary. I like cats. I don't like people who don't.
Well, now, to complete the operation we've just seen, what happens when your men reach the wheelhouse?
It's a matter of timing. My men, while you create a diversion, will surround the wheelhouse. Harris will toss in the stun grenades, and at the same moment I shall kill the man nearest the remote control switch.
I go aboard, Esther.
We both do. You in your official capacity, and I as your flag lieutenant.
And what makes you think that they'll allow us aboard?
We shall offer ourselves as additional hostages when they begin to get nervous. And I shall see that they do get nervous. Cheers.
What's going on?
We're doing our best, Mr. Kramer.
There is no best. You've got 8 hours and 5 minutes before Ruth goes to the bottom.
Everybody's aware of the time period, Mr. Kramer. Now, I've been instructed to tell you the Admiral of the Fleet, Sir Francis Brinsden, has been asked by the Prime Minister to negotiate with you.
There's nothing to negotiate.
Oh, really? Then how are we supposed to get the ransom to you?
I'll tell you when I'm ready. Now put the Admiral on.
He's not here yet. He's flying over from Aberdeen.
I didn't give anyone permission to land on Jennifer.
Well, it's going to be extremely difficult to get any money to you unless you do. Do we get permission for him to land or not?
All right, he can land, but no planes within a mile of this ship, do you understand? And we'll be monitoring the radio.
Fair on. Northwesterly 6 to gale 8.
Sorry I'm late. Are we ready for takeoff? I'll give you the PM's instructions on the flight.
As soon as Folks arrives, he insisted on collecting his own uniform.
What's he like?
Very odd. He's got enough chips on his shoulder to sink a battleship. On the other hand, I suspect that you picked the right man for the job. This is Lord Privy Seal, Mr. Tipping, folks.
He's not coming with us, is he?
He is indeed. He has instructions for me, and I dare say for you too, from the Prime Minister.
Hope there's room for all of us. Otherwise, one of you two will have to sit on the floor.
Coming up on Ruth?
Yes, Ruth. Should have been evacuated by now. Soon be sending down our naval divers to try to defuse the mines.
That's a damn silly thing to do.
That's hardly your business, folks.
Why did you say that?
Any explosive man worth his salt would have arranged for the mines to explode the moment they're disturbed. And up or rather down will go Ruth.
The naval bomb disposal divers are experts too.
Would you care to discuss the survival statistics of bomb disposal experts, naval or otherwise? It's immaterial to Mr. Kramer whether Ruth goes up this afternoon or tonight. Either way, it makes their case for us paying up to save Jennifer stronger than ever.
He has a point.
I would like to listen to the weather forecast. There is a storm coming up.
If you know there's a storm coming up, what do you have to listen to it on the radio for?
Because if it's severe, we may have to turn into the wind and ride it out.
You're late.
This is Admiral Brinston, requesting permission to take off.
Of course you can take off. How the hell are you going to get here if you don't? And Brinston, be smart. Don't bring any hardware with you. They're coming in. You're on your own, Harold. One false move and I'll blow your ears off.
Get off! All right, move it.
You'd be Mr. Kramer.
Glad to have you at our little clambake, Admiral. But if you're not an expendable statistic in the British Navy, the next visitor we have better be carrying that 25 million in loose change.
I told you. It will be here 40 minutes past midnight.
I know, you told me. I don't like you, Flag.
How fortunate.
My instinct tells me you're bad news. Did you search him, Webb?
I could tell you the size of his underwear.
AG, you and Saburo take the Admiral and King to the front cabin and lock him in.
Ackerman! Tell Harold to call the helicopter. One guy's going back.
I want my flag lieutenant with me. You invited him, Mr. Kramer.
I changed my mind.
Go on. You'd better take that pussycat grin off your face or this guy's liable to carve it off.
I haven't heard anything from the BBC.
Service with a smile. Just put it right down there, darling.
It's about time, too.
Wait for us, fellas. You've had your dinner, have you?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Fine.
How about having a cup of coffee with us, just to show there's no hard feelings?
No, thanks. We've already had some.
2 coffees, Harold. No. This one's for Blue Eyes. Sugar? Well, drink it.
Drink it!
No! No!
More coffee, Harold. way? Fill us full of poison and then laugh while we rolled around and died? Is that what you were gonna do? Was it? Let him go. Where is she?
He's overboard. He dead?
Throw him over the side, after his girlfriend.
It's for you, sir. It's in a code.
The girl who follows the law. Comes of age an hour early tonight.
What does that mean?
In the Old Testament, Ruth follows judges. Coming of age is 21. Tonight means tonight. In other words, the Navy will simulate the blowing up of Ruth at 1 hour before 21 hours tonight.
I suppose you're one of those fellows who does the Times crossword puzzle in 10 minutes.
I have never taken 10 minutes.
You guys really believe in living dangerously, don't you? Admiral, He hung up. I can't say I blame him.
Did he bite?
I hope.
Sure is pretty. If they don't get a call into Red Adair, it could burn for a year.
Give me the Admiral on the buzzer.
Esther calling, Jennifer.
Admiral?
This is Admiral Brinsden's flag lieutenant speaking. The Admiral is not available.
Then make him available.
That is not possible. 82 crew and 6 naval divers went up with Ruth. He is extremely distressed.
He should be. He blew it, not me. Get this, Lieutenant. We've got nothing to lose. Now have the money here on time or the whole North Sea will be on fire.
You think it worked?
Don't let's do any chicken counting. You can still press that button intentionally or unintentionally.
What's the next move?
I would suggest ringing him every half hour to make sure that he doesn't get any sleep.
In the meantime, Admiral, I must teach you how to make a small diversion look perfectly natural.
Oh?
Cigarette, Kramer? Looks simple, doesn't it? But to do it naturally in 10 seconds flat takes a lot of practice, especially as you have to bend down 2 minutes after my men aboarded the Esther. In other words, at 0040, you will say, cigarette, Kramer. And I shall expect him to be watching you bend down to retrieve your cigarettes when I kill him 10 seconds later. At the same moment, my man Harris will fling in 2 stun grenades, which will go off with a very loud bang indeed. By the time you've recovered from that, Kramer and his odious colleagues will be dead or disabled. Clear?
0040. It's cutting it rather fine, isn't it?
The closer we are to his deadline, the more jittery he will become and the more careless.
Supposing something goes wrong. Cigarette, Kramer? Oh.
Nothing will go wrong.
If it hadn't already happened, in exactly 12 seconds, I'd be doing this.
This is Admiral Brinsden. Your ransom will be delivered to Jennifer at approximately 0040 hours tomorrow morning.
You said it would be ready at 11.
It's a miracle that we've got it at all. We're doing our best.
You make it sound like it's coming out of you and the Queen's joint bank account, Admiral. I like that.
We shall have to winch it down from the helicopter to you.
Really? Well, while we're waiting, I want you and King and your Lieutenant Flagg, or whatever his name is, to come over here as my guests.
You're looking for additional hostages?
No, but it has occurred to us that you might try to booby-trap the ransom and blow us all to pieces.
No, I'm afraid that thought didn't occur to us.
Well, don't worry about it. It would have.
So we'll see you at 11, Admiral, and incidentally, one of the buttons I've got in front of me detonates a bomb in this ship.
You try to turn your visit into a Comanche raiding party, and we'll all go down together.
Your guys, our guys, and Jennifer, of course.
Isn't there some way we can notify your men?
Only by radio. And if they pick it up on Esther, we'll all be dead before the message is completed.
Anything wrong?
I'm freezing my nuts off. What do you say I go get some coffee?
Okay, only make it quick.
calling Jennifer. Esther calling Jennifer. Come in, Jennifer. I can't get through.
Well, keep trying.
You stay here. I'll take the lower deck.
Thanks, boy.
Girl.
Look like a boy. You act like a boy.
Okay, I'm a boy. I was hiding in the lifeboat.
I'll take the one in red. Right. That's good, boy. If he comes to, slug him. And keep out of the way. Bloody fool.
I've got Jennifer.
No tricks.
Brinsden speaking.
Brinsden, everything is to go as planned. Everything.
Yes, I understand. Everything. As planned.
Get ready! I can't see it, but you can hear it, Harold. In a minute, we're going to be millionaires. As planned. Right, Admiral? Or...
What's that? A cigarette, Kramer? You ought to give those up, that
Where the hell is Harris? Someone threw him over the side. Boatswain, pull! Head and starboard!
Admiral? Jennifer? Folks here. You can tell the Lord Privy Seal the operation has been completed. As planned. Naturally. Well, I suppose things could have been worse. Cooper, get below and release the crew. Tell them it's all over. You two come with me.
Get rid of it.
Oh, by God, you're freezing. In here, boy. Yeah, don't bother with that.
Ah, that feels wonderful.
Yeah, turn around.
Thank God you are a girl. Even so, a lot of people owe you a great deal. And so do I.
Can't change a 20-pound note, gun.
Then we'll toss for it. Call?
It's...
Heads it is. You're a lucky man. Good evening. Bless your heart. What's it to be this time? More broken pipelines?
Nothing so simple. Oil production platforms. Have you any idea how much they cost?
Well, millions, I suppose.
Hundreds of millions, and there are too many of them in the North Sea. We insure most of them, and the Navy and the Air Force aren't big enough to keep their eyes on them.
So, what do you want me to do about it?
Work out. What can be done if one of them is hijacked?
Don't the armed forces have some ideas on that subject?
Undoubtedly, but an oil production platform isn't a building or an aeroplane. It's miles out to sea, and you can't approach it without being seen or heard unless you come from below.
Only a man of superior intellect is likely to think of a satisfactory way of hijacking a platform or a rig.
Exactly.
Well, therefore, I must... Timing underwater. Speed underwater. That is what half-hour assignments are about. Harris, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Then bloody well look at me.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, one man completed the exercise precisely on time. Me. Today, you will all complete the exercise precisely on time. You'll arrive at your first marker in exactly 4.5 minutes from now. The second marker 30 seconds later. 3, 2, 1, go!
That's better. Next time we'll make it more difficult.
Will he be gone long, sir?
A day, well, maybe 2. Remember, you are in charge, Harris.
Yes, sir.
And don't forget to feed my cats.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Angus.
Madam, this is a non-smoker, which is the reason that I, and undoubtedly this gentleman here, selected this carriage.
This gentleman happens to be my husband, and he does not object to me smoking. Have you a first-class ticket?
You're unusually dressed for a ticket collector. Aren't you going to clip it?
You will find a smoker.
A wise decision.